Dads, what was your don't tell mom moment? When my 12-year-old son Oscar walked through the door with a full-on black eye, I had about 2 seconds to decide what kind of dad I was gonna be. His mom was off for the weekend at her sister's, her first real break in years, so it was just me, the kid, and a busted-up face. I sat him down at the kitchen table, handed him an ice pack, and asked the obvious, "All right, buddy, what happened?" He wouldn't even look at me, just stared down at his hand. That's when I noticed the raw scrapes across his knuckles. "You should see the other guy," he mumbled, trying to sound tough even though his voice was shaking. Turns out some punk had been bullying his best friend Aiden, stealing lunch money, shoving him into lockers, just being a classic dirtbag. That day, the bully went too far, made Aiden eat dirt during recess. Oscar had had enough. He stood up to the kid, threw hands, and got the worst of it. But damn if he didn't try. I should have been mad. Kid got into a fight, sure, but I was honestly proud. He did exactly what I always told him. Stand up for your friends. Do the right thing. "Mom's gonna freak," he said, eyes wide like a deer in headlights. I gave him a grin. "Not if we handle this our way." First stop, the drugstore. We bought every concealer on the shelf. Some lady in the makeup aisle gave us a weird green cream too, said it was for color correcting. Oscar looked like he was questioning all of my life choices when I started testing the shades on my hand like a seasoned beauty guru. Back at home, I pulled up YouTube and typed, "How to cover up a black eye." And there we were, father and son, studying beauty tutorials like we were cramming for the SATs. Our first attempt, pure disaster. Oscar ended up looking like a sad Oompa Loompa. "Dad, I can't go to school like this," he groaned at his own orange-tinted reflection. We needed backup. I texted my neighbor Rachel. She's a professional makeup artist and the kind of person who lives for a dramatic rescue. "Emergency dad situation. Need pro help. We'll pay in pizza." 10 minutes later, she was in our kitchen, laughing her head off the second she saw Oscar's face. But she didn't judge. She got to work. For the next hour, she coached us like we were on a makeover reality show. "Blend. Don't pat. You need a corrector before concealer. Setting powder, people. We're not amateurs." By the time she was done, Oscar looked normal again. Maybe even better than normal. She gave us some tools, a little bag of makeup, and strict instruction. For the next 5 days, we ran a covert beauty operation every morning before school. I'd wake up early, mix the green goop, layer on concealer, and finish with that mystery powder Rachel handed us like it was a magic artifact. Oscar got good at it too, even learned to avoid touching his face. There were close calls, like when he rubbed his eye in math class or nearly sweated it all off during gym. But we made it. His mom came home Sunday night, and by then, the bruising had faded enough that our little routine ended. We thought we were in the clear. Nailed it. Secret safe. Until 6 months later. Neighborhood BBQ. Rachel had a few too many drinks and started telling the story about that time Frank learned how to do makeup to cover his son's black eye. My wife just stood there, wine glass frozen halfway to her lips. She looked at me and said, "What black eye?" Oscar and I locked eyes in full panic mode, but she just started laughing. "You two really thought I didn't know he was walking around for a week looking like he had Instagram filters caked onto his face?" Turns out the principal had called her the day it happened. She just decided to let us have our little mission, see how far we'd go. Honestly, worth it. Best dad-son bonding week I've ever had.